Hey, it's been a while since I've done a video and I know it. So that's why I decided today I'm going to go ahead and do a little catch-up video so y'all know what's happening here. Been really busy at work, so I haven't had a lot of time to do anything. Plus, my daughter's going to college. I got major maintenance to do on our Chrysler Town and Country and on my wife's van, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff going on that I haven't been able to do much. But today I decided to actually get to work and cover up all the wires that used to be hanging here. So 65 F100 here going on, and as you may, if you've been following me, you kind of know that I've been putting some sort of stereo system in here to where, it's obviously better than what was in here, which I don't think there was anything in here, actually. I think somebody scissor snipped that, and that kind of ticks me off because it's kind of ruined in a way, but I'll fix it somehow, someday, some way. But for now, it's going to be an empty hole. I think I'm going to put my air conditioning controls there, actually. But anyway, my point is on this stuff right here. I think the last time you saw, I had the bars in. I had this whole front panel in pretty much. And I think I showed some speakers here. But as you can see, I've got a lot of speakers now. So here we go. What did I do? Well, obviously got all that in there. And I went ahead and I have this hooked in now, which is my cooling fans. Got my cooling fan here on this side and on that side over there as well. So because I don't have air conditioning and I don't have anything up here in the ceiling to in the summer hot heat to cool this thing off, because that stuff gets pretty hot up there even without the dang thing running. Like, I come out on a hot summer day and that stuff is already 100 degrees or better. So I decided to put that in there for now, because I'm going to be pushing quite a bit of power through here and whatnot, so that'll be a good idea to cool it. And with the radio as loud as it's going to be, you won't even hear those things. So, or at least I won't. But anyway, you see I got my voltmeter there. I think I showed that. I finally mounted my tweeters, and I got a little bit of a directional thing going on here, so I'm pointing them right at myself, and I got the same thing over there. Again, these cooling fans come on, they suck inward from out here, and they blow in right over the top of the radio, right over the top of the, well, actually underneath this one here, but over the top of that amplifier, equal booster equalizer. So it does a really good job, and it just kind of blows it right up here. When I get a headliner in here or whatever I'm going to end up doing, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something. And when I get that in here, basically what it's going to do is it's going to suck it inside there and blow it all out right there. I don't think I'm going to do anything with that right there. I think I'm just going to leave that like that. I mean, really, you can't see it from outside. You can't see it from in here unless you're leaning way up forward like that. I personally don't care about it, really. I might maybe stick a little bit of foam there or something, maybe to, just keep it from, I guess, collecting dust up there. But really, the reason why the dust is going to get there because these fans are going to push it in or whatever. But anyway, that's how this thing is all being built right now. I have not decided what I'm going to do for a headliner yet, but like I said, at some point I'll figure it out. I may just, put some of that insulation up here, that stick-on stuff, because it's pretty tinny. It's going to have to, when I get this thing all soundproof, this sounds amazing now, but it will sound 300,000 times amazing when I put in the sound deadening mat and the insulation, a little thin bubble wrap insulation that I plan to use. I mean, this thing will sound 300,000 better, just because of the fact that it will have way better acoustics than it does right now. So, let's see here. So I've got how many speakers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then this is actually a double speaker, I guess, so 10. And then I got the subwoofer enclosure under here, right there. So there it is right there. Fits in there pretty good. When I get the fuel tank out of here from behind the seat, my 78 had a box with two 12s in it, and I'm going to put those, I still have them, and I'm going to put those back there. I'm going to take that 8 out. I'm going to put those 12s in there. I want a little more bass. It's pretty damn good. But again, you know what? Again, once I sound dead in this thing, maybe it might actually sound really good. I mean, but right now it's not quite there. I like the bass, but it's not quite there. So anyway, I'm thinking about putting my 212s back there like I had in my 78. But I got to get that fuel tank removed. And again, that'll be all done when I move it over to the other frame. But in the meantime, this is exactly what's happening right now. 11 speakers in here. Oh, and the other thing I did. So the ignition switch, the accessory position doesn't work. And I mean, as long as I can start it and run it and all that, I'm fine with it. I got a new switch actually, but I don't want to switch it all out because I'm going to rewire this thing when I move it over there. And right now it's just working, and I'm just going to use it like that. But the other thing is that I remember that when I had my Mustang, and I would go from on position and then run it over to accessory, it would still blank out my stereo, make it reset and everything. So what I decided to do is put in a switch here. So this is a manual switch. So basically when I pull up to a gas station and I gotta unlock my my locking fuel cap here, use my key here. So what I do then is I just flip this baby down and my stereo continues to play uninterrupted while I turn this off, pull the key out, use it for my locking gas cap, put it back in, you know, etc. And it's not sitting there in the on position where it would be sending power to the coil, heating the coil up. So that's the reason why I put this switch in here, is for that very reason right there. Plus I can actually look at you know, my voltmeter gauge, you know, if I wanna take a quick look at it or something like that. But you can see basically what I did, and I think I've already kind of said this, but oh, there's my my bass kind of gain knob. I ran that from down below all the way over here and back over here and put it right there. So that's where that thing's at. I can adjust that subwoofer underneath there. But as you can see, I actually and the paint didn't really stick really good to the plastic, but I don't really care. It gives it an old rustic look actually, and I'm just going to leave it like that. But that was what I was trying to say, is that this is a some sort of, you know, basically wall paneling that you can buy at, I bought it at Menards, Home Depot kind of thing, and I went with a color that I thought would look good with, you know, kind of an interior that I'm doing, which is white and that teal or whatever the hell that is. And so I thought, you know, to dress it up, I'll take and I'll put tape on it and I'll mask it and I'll put that, and I'm using that Behr spray paint called Tropics color. That's what I'm using. And it's matching up pretty good, as you can see. Looks pretty good. But anyway, and it looks a little sloppy because I'm not getting my lines really tight and all that. But again, I'm cool with that because it gives it that older, rustic kind of, you know, stonewash kind of look, right? Looks old, right? And I like it, so that's why I'm doing it that way. It does take a lot of time to do all that stuff. Honestly, I wish I could just throw it up and be done with it. But then you got to admit, all these little details here, these edgings and whatnot, I mean, it makes it look a heck of a lot better. So that's why I'm doing it. But I don't have to, I guess, but I'm doing it just because it makes it look really nice. Gives it a little appeal to it. And then, like I said, I painted the sides of the fan. I painted the cage, as you can see here, the guard cage right there. I mean, it looks pretty damn cool, actually. So that is what I have been doing here today. I'm done. I'm done with this thing. I'm not going to mess with the headliner. I'm not going to be doing anything else to this. This thing is done for now. And the reason why I say for now is because work is really busy. I got to get my Mustang. Gosh, I haven't touched that thing like I want to. I got to get that starting to go back together. Plus, I still got some work to do on my personal vehicles that my wife drives and everything. I got a bathroom that I'm in the middle of a remodel right now and all that stuff. So I'm really there's a whole lot of things going on. But my point is that this truck right now, as it is done. I mean, I'm going to try to keep it this way. Oh, that was the other thing I did. Took the wheels off, as you can see, and I had them polished up. I had my daughter's boyfriend does detailing. And so I took them off and I had him take and polish them up. They were getting pretty heavily water stained. So I decided to take them off, have them cleaned and polished up and then waxed up really good. That's probably about the only thing I'm really going to take care of right now. I mean, I'm going to wash the truck every once in a while, but not really going to put any wax on it. I mean, it is what it is. You can see the paint scratched everywhere. So, but I'm definitely wanting to, keep those wheels in good shape because that will be swapped over to the other frame when I go that way, and I want them to continue to look good at that point. So when I had these wheels off, I went ahead and adjusted up the brakes a little bit. I adjusted up the parking brake because I was able to pull it out all the way, and I had a little bit of grip, but it was still able to roll on some hills. So tightened that up. That made a big difference right there. And got those wheels polished up, got the brakes adjusted up. Now the brakes are good. The clutch is still working, I think, at the factory clutch, but I'm trying to baby this thing along as long as I can as it is right now, so I can drive it and use it as I need it. And when I get to that more further along, the Mustang, then what I'll do is, especially once I get that thing running and moving and all that, then probably at some point I'll start working on that frame, get everything swapped, powertrain, fuel tank, all that stuff. And then when I go to swap this over to that, that's when I'll be working on some of the rust and some of the paint stuff on this thing. But this is all set up to where I can just unscrew it, unplug it, and it should swap over really easy. So that's why I did everything the way I did it, to make it swap over real easy when it's time to do that. And yeah, there you go, buddy. That's what I've been doing. That's my latest update. I think I did show you my new seat, and it's working really good. It does not fold forward, unfortunately, and it doesn't adjust, but it fits for me just right, which is the most important person anyway, because I'm pretty much the only one driving it. Nobody wants to drive my 3-speed on a tree. But speaking of that, by the way, the third gear is sometimes getting a little tricky here. I got to kind of just like whip it just right, just to get that sucker to go in sometimes. So, again, I'm just trying to baby this thing along as I can. And then when I finally start moving everything over to that other frame, then this thing will be a really, really nice truck at that point. But it's a great truck now. And I got a nice radio and stereo in here. Now I just need to start doing the wiring over there, getting everything weather stripped up, get the headliner in, start putting some glass in it, and get that sucker rolling and moving. I'm really a little disappointed about how I haven't been working on it, but we're going to change all that here pretty soon. We're going to have to start getting to work on this thing. But anyway, this is my update here. Engine's running great. That one-wire alternator is doing its job. Oh, I was looking at the radiator hoses the other day. They're getting a little bit they're getting pretty old. I'm kind of wondering if one of them's going to spring a leak on me one of these days. So I'm pushing my luck on that. But again, I'm just trying to make it last as long as possible. But you know, otherwise, this thing is awesome. All right, well, like, subscribe, Rumble. By the way, I'm going to be definitely putting a lot of stuff on Rumble. I think everybody should be putting stuff on Rumble. If you are obviously aware of what's going on here lately with all this censorship and bullshit that's going on out there, we need to start waking up, because if you don't wake up, I'm not gonna be talking about this stuff anymore. I'm gonna be I'm not gonna be doing any of this shit. I'm gonna be locking and loading, and it's just gonna be a shit situation. So the choice is ours. We've got to make some decisions here about how we're gonna be moving forward. And we got to get the local government in line, in check, and then work our way up to the state and federal. And we better get going with it pretty soon, because they're bringing censorship, communism, all that shit here. It's already here, actually, but I mean, they really want to just full swing it. You see what's happening in Great Britain right now, which, if you can see it, and if you haven't been seeing it, you need to start looking at some other sources other than the news. The regular mainstream media, because I'm going to tell you, they're hiding it, and I'm seeing it by doing my research and looking elsewhere, like Rumble and those kinds of places, X, that kind of shit. I mean, it's happening, bro. You better wake up. That's all I'm going to say. You better wake up, or this kind of shit right here, which is nice and friendly and it's well and good and all, we won't be doing this anymore. We'll be doing some you either be one of two things. You're going to be forced to where you can't do it because they won't allow you, or we just won't have time to do it because, we're going to be raising hell, basically. We just won't be able to have fun anymore, at least not for a little while. But, hey, choice is ours. Start moving to Rumble, people. You just have to. And we'll be talking. See you soon. Bye-bye.